Hello, my friends, and welcome back to another beautifully polygonal day here on my procedurally generated Update Aquatic server. With me, your host, Update Aquatic Man. Last time, we worked on our Update Aquatic potato scrubber device, and this time I remembered to make sure I had at least my wings on. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, because as you can see, I don't always leave all of my gear on at the beginning of these things. Okay, last time we worked on the potato scrubber there. Let me see. I think this is actually a better view of it, right? So the farmer that we got in there still, high proficiency diver there. The flaming divers, as they are, they like to jump and set themselves on fire, so they're coming through for an added degree of difficulty. Anyways, last time we were, as another one moonwalks into the central station, last time we worked on getting this potato scrubber done and getting that villager into the potato farm. Gave him a lot of potatoes, got him in there. I brought 2 villagers over, kept them separated, and started giving 1 potatoes. And as soon as I started giving 1 potatoes, I realized, oh yeah, I can't keep them in there because they'll start to breed, and then there'll be a whole bunch of dudes in there, which might not be a bad thing, but it's probably going to take away from the overall effect. So I just put 1 in there, and now he's been staring introvertedly out into the distance from that spot a lot. And then he walks over there and he chills there, and then he kind of comes over here in this corner and chills a little bit, but has yet to do any farming, which doesn't even make any sense to me, because that central iron node there, which 2 dancers are moonwalking to it as we speak, as that's a village, right? And this farm is within 32 blocks of that village, so should theoretically he farm. And it's not outside of it, it's not between 32 and 64 blocks, which would be somewhere about about where the about where the algae collection building begins, over to the other side, about to that farm, because that's about 90 over there. But then again, it could be weird because there's so many villages in close proximity to each other. You know, that might be why that guy keeps staring off to that one over there. I don't know. If you know anything about farming and why this guy isn't exactly doing anything, please let me know, because this mechanic was central to the process that I'm trying to go through here in building up this guy, which was going to be wheat. And I'll probably still do wheat. It was my presumption that the ends of them would work. I would just have, like, the field in the middle would always be, untilled, and it'd always be kept, right? Or it would always look like it was ready to be cultivated. Or I could put, like, a little pass-through walkway that kind of showcases both sides, and then that would be how you would drop down into the thing. But I don't know. Over here on this side, however, where the carrot farm is supposed to be built and then produced, I think on this one, instead of having 2 drop chambers, I'm going to have it go up and go all the way across and just go back and forth. Just make it go back and forth as a back and forth scrubber, and then finally have it drop down on this side somewhere, and then just fill the back row with chests, and just have the entrance on the sides here, because that design over there is kind of meh, kind of flawed, I would say. But it will give us the atypical asymmetry, because that one, we'll call that the prototype. The prototype that is less than spectacular. I like it. It works. It's functional, with the exception of the farmer we alluded to earlier. But everything else seems to be working. So over here, I'll probably just do the same thing with carrots. Sort out what's going on with the farmer. And if it's not something that I can do, then I'll just end up adding, like, a water system in there that I can do every now and again, and just come by and plant it myself manually. But then I'll have the fun, whimsical aspect of the potato scrubber and the carrot scrubber and peeler. And the potatoes have to be sorted. You have to sort them from large potatoes for, like, russet baking and stuff like that, and small potatoes for chips and things like that. So those needed to be sorted. But carrots, they kind of whittle baby carrots from big carrots, right? So that's what we're going to go do over here. Okay, well, the sun is setting, so I am going to probably kind of get to work on getting these things glassed in. And as you may have seen, I've begun working on another module up there, which means I need more glass because I'm all out of glass. So I need glass for this, glass for that, glass for that. I guess you know what that means. It's time for a trip out to the desert, or to the very least the husk farm, to get some glass smelting. All right, to the husk farm. You know what? Let me take you with me. Here we go to the husk farm. Did I have everything equipped that I needed to have equipped? I did. Over to the husk farm very, very quickly. Quicklier. Oh, you know what? Let me swing through here on Turtle Bay and see if Turtle Bay's had any recent adjustments. They've kind of divided off that wall there. So I put some grass in to kind of give them some, you know, something to have there. But, you know, it is what it is. We're going to do something with those guys now that I know, especially now that I know. Oh, I'm not going to make it. All right, there we go. How much sand do I have? Enough. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to take this sand and get this stuff all smelted up. And then back over to the Cultural Complex Center. All right, welcome back, my friends, to the Cultural Complex Center here, the northeast square, northeast quadrant, if you will. And as you can see, we have dug out a little bit out of what will eventually become the wheat farm. All right, and as you can see, we've begun digging out what will become the carrot farm. But because the carrot farm isn't close enough to a beacon, I couldn't dig very quickly. But do not worry, we have partially remedied that, having already gathered the materials and constructed the beacon and planted it over there. I've only to go over there and put in the iron pyramid now. I have also taken the time to build 2 more of these monstrosities. They are not populated with villagers yet, but they are ready to go, as is that one. So now all 3 of them are ready to go. I guess I can get rid of those stairs down there. Let me go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it here. As you can see, I have a light there, a light there, a light there, a light over in that corner, a light in that corner. Pretty soon that one's going to be lit up. So all that's going to be left is that side, and the center. And I kind of have a plan for the center, actually. Right now, it won't work because... Why won't it work? There's a cactus in the middle of it, or because there's a hopper in the middle of it, or because there's a lava block above it. One of those 3 things, I'm not sure what, but all 3 of them presently are potential reasons. So we will get to that solved, and when we get that solved, and then we'll have them all lit up, and I think it'll be pretty cool as another algae and another diver, a flame with his acrobatic feats. Man, oh man, what are they called? Where the Polynesian divers who jump off with the batons flaming in their mouth as they dive into the water. Do they do that anymore, or would that like break their jaw? Or, you know, I know I've seen this thing. I know I've seen this. All right, so somebody tell me what it is. Leave a comment below and let me know. As you can see, our potato guy still introspective of nothing, just kind of checking things out in the distance, not doing any cultural work. We'll see what happens later on. This one will partially become an experiment in that case, as it spans a distance that will be, well, there's no farm here as yet, but there is one over there. So we'll have some example pieces. We'll have one that's just as close to that farm as that one is to that farm, and then we'll have this one, which is equidistant-ish from that farm. Actually, it will be from that farm and that farm. So we'll see if even part of this works, then we'll kind of figure out something that's going on. But if only this part works, we can presume that eventually it'll fail because this will be built another iron farm module, you know. They don't necessarily have to be populated with people, you know. This one isn't as yet, so this whole thing should presumably work. We'll see. So that's what we're working on over here, right? I'll get to digging that in a moment. But over here, as you can see, this floor is the floor I would need to dig down to have cultivated layer, minecart layer, block upon which minecart rail sits, powering minecart rail, and then enough headspace to kind of walk around down here, right? So this is also where this row is, right? So we could do some things here, and we can figure out how we're going to power this whole thing, how we're going to gather up everything around through here, and where we're going to deposit it, and how we're going to deposit it, and how we're going to actually get down and into this bad boy, which is also part of the consideration. Also, I want to figure out how to split the building up, because I will split it up into thirds, probably every 16 here. Actually, it'll be 16 over here and 16 over there, and in the middle will be some variant number. Or will it? I can either divide this up into thirds or divide it up in 3 pieces, 2 of which would be equal. One would be slightly larger. We'll see. We'll get to that when we get to that. Also, As I was working on getting the materials necessary to construct the beacon over here, whoop, it occurred to me that my spawn rates aren't as great as I would like them to be. So I probably also want to begin working on an actual sheep/wool farm. What am I looking for here, ladies and gentlemen? Blocks of iron. Thank you very much. I want to get started on a sheep/wool farm, probably over on that quadrant over there. Yeah, we need to get that done too, so I can start putting some carpet down, some white carpet down inside the section of the... Oh, it's already started. Inside the section of the Wither Skull farm in order to get efficiency rates up. Anyways, I am going to continue working on this. This is the second row of 5, and then the third row of 7, and then the fourth row of 9. So let me get my 9x9 in here and build up this bad boy and turn it on, and I'll be right back and show you what I've made as progress. All right, welcome back, my friends. As you can see, I'm down below in the inner workings of what will be the collection system, prepping it, getting the redstone lines ready for where they're going to be. Let me see if I can get up here and go to sleep real fast. Oh, I see that creeper over there. As you can see, I've got the beacon in and have taken advantage of it to clear out all of this space in here. Right, and I came over here and cleared out a lot of this space as well. Boop, underneath here. And put in all of this. Let me see if I've got enough to make the difference here. For this one, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the collection yet, so I've decided to just make these strips every now and again. They all face in that direction. I'll worry about the sorting later. What I'll probably end up doing is having from the middle, you know, they'll sort out this way, and then over here I'll run them through something that will separate seed, and I'll have a couple chests of seed somewhere down below, and then the rest will get popped out onto a cactus or something, and then from there everything that's left over should be wheat, and I think I'm gonna have wheat go all along the back, you know, down below where the actual storage will be. Let me see here, I've got a couple more rows of these to go. Let's see, am I gonna have enough? I don't think I am. Uh-oh, I might need to get some more precious resources. As you can see down below, I haven't done any decorative or cosmetics, but up here, all quartz, you know, quartz clean stair. No lighting on this level, because it's all going to be covered up with dirt here very shortly, you know, so at some point I'll get to that. But now that those things are powered up, I can kind of start putting some of these down. Now, around here, this one is going to be all one long rail, so it's going to kind of wrap around. Whoops, let me get this guy. Wrap around the corner like this, right? And this guy somewhere along here, that one right there is powered already, so it's good to go. And then this guy, and then, you know what, I'll wrap it around this way. None of these are powered, however, this one is right here, right? So this should be able to power all the way over to here, and in fact it could probably do these two as well. So let me go ahead and pop those guys off. Make sure there's as much powered juice as possible so there's no opportunity for things to die, and if they do, then this will be the block that I just pop out, and then anytime it goes around it'll come back to the beginning and I can just start it. Well, hopefully, otherwise I'll have to remove the cart and then come over here and set it back down. Anyways, I am going to continue on placing down all of this powered rail, right? And I'm going to get the grass in place and probably send the cart on its way. I'll show you what that looks like. And maybe down below I'll go ahead and get some of the sorting measured out. I'll show you, I think, did I show you this already from before? Oh, alright. So down here I have this open area, right? So for this to be the same as the one across the way, this is where its opening will be, but I don't know, right? So I already need to get more hoppers, and ooh, how do I, oh man, with power at those things, there's another way for me to get power to those rails. I could put redstone inside the blocks on the other side, so all of this could be hopper line feeding in that direction. Oh man. All right, we'll work on that as well. And what else did I talk about before? Oh yeah, I need to get some blue glass, which I've got out here, but I don't think I'm going to have enough to put all the blue glass in. But I'll put as much of the blue glass in as I possibly can. As you can see, I've already got the lighting in. So putting in the blue glass, getting all the rails in, getting all the dirt in, and getting some type of collection system in place. Let's get all that done, and I'll come back and show you what we've accomplished. All right, my friends, we are coming to the end of our powered rails. That's all the powered rails I have for now. Good thing I have a zombie pigman farm that I can go get gold with. Halfway there, I would say. Halfway there. So it's going to go back and forth and down and back and down and back and down and back and down and back and down and around. So the math is going to work out. Huzzah. All right, down here, I have come up with this solution for my sorting needs. I've just decided to run them all the way to the end. And then in the halfway point, they kind of split off. One goes this way and one goes that way. They both kind of have the same setup here. I haven't put any in yet, but these are going to be wheat. So this will all sort out the wheat. And then everything else will come across here. That'll be seed. And then it'll come down into the seed line, which will go this way. The wheat line will go this way. None of these hoppers will interfere with the redstone around here. So once they get through this portion, they will go this way. And once they get up to here, they will be sorted into various chests, ... right? And on this side, that line will come down, and I will sort out a bunch of grass. And then, I say grass, but I mean seeds. I believe everybody here knows that if you've been watching for a while. And then I'll come up with some type of solution that gets the entrance. We'll come up with an entrance later. You know, an entrance can come down right through here and go this way, I suppose, as long as it doesn't interfere with any of this redstone. Here, let me give you a couple seconds to look at it. If you haven't seen one of these before, you know, it's pretty straightforward. All right, so what's left? What's left? As you may or may not have seen, I have started putting in the glass, right? I've started putting it in because it surrounds most of the walls, except for this hole through which I like to go. And all of this, but as you can see, the middle section isn't completely filled in. And in fact, not all of the secondary section there is there. But again, I don't know if I showed you this before. The lights are in. So what's next? Finish up this redstone rail line, the powered rail line. I need to divide those across there and put glass in between those as well. So I need to get some more glass, which I have, some blue dye, and rails. Can I make rails here? Can I make rails here? Hey, there was some more glass. Yeah, I should be able to with that. And sticks and redstone. Those are my sorting sticks. I don't have any actual sticks, do I? Alright, let me go get some trees from over there and come back over here and get some more rails in, and hopefully I'll be able to finish the rails and show you what's next. And then we'll have one more little bit before I think I'm going to run out of steam. I'll be right back. Oh, alright. And that's that for the glass. The glass ceiling is in, ladies and gentlemen. The glass ceiling is in. Alright, what have we got here? This is looking pretty good. The side walls are now in. The dividing walls, I meant to say, are in. All of the rails are in. We'll leave the minecart for later. The next step for me is to start putting in grass, you know, because we're going to... Yeah, I'll deal with this later. But now we need to start putting this in because we need to get this prepared for tilling and then planting grass into... I keep saying grass. Keep planting seed into so we can grow wheat, which is a modified grass, and have our wheat farm going. Now, because, again, two things. First things first, the water is going to be provided by... where did I want them? Nope. There we go. By these guys. These will be waterlogged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just pick this one at random, I guess. And bang, and then waterlogged, right? And as you can see, it won't flow down onto the redstone below. Alright, so cool. All of this will then be that. I don't know if this is the block that's actually going to be the one that I choose. I don't know. We'll come back to it. And the other thing I wanted to point out was, okay, so there was the waterlogging of that. There was this, and I don't know. There was something I was going to say, but I forgot. Oh, yeah. there's a lot of things I got to do. As I was getting the blue stained glass, I ran out of flowers, and then went over to the flower farm, and I ran out of bone meal. So I need to start working on my, well, the bone farm that the Stalker and Duelo were working on is still under works, but I can always head back over to the Husk farm and get some bones from there. But it'd be nice if that thing was at full potential. It'd be caught up, you know. By the time this is aired, I'm sure that will be finished, which is going to be the funny thing about it. But I need more bones, and let's see here. Yes, I made a list of things to do. The whole list of things to do. The Cultural Complex Center as a whole, I'm always working on that. The wheat greenhouse is what we're in the middle of doing now. I need to work on the grass, the wheat storage down below. I think I kind of want to incorporate... I think I want to incorporate what's going on down below first, figure out how I want that laid out, and then put the hopper lines into it, you know, so that along with the way in, you know, because I kind of want to have a way in, and I might have a way down, and then I might have it, like, shoot people in there with the slime block. I don't know. I kind of have this idea in mind that they'll go down and then and they'll be shot into that, and then there's another way that they'll step onto something, they'll be shot over here, and then another water stream will shoot them up. We'll see. All right, so that's part of the wheat and grass storage. The carrot greenhouse and the carrot scrubber, that will be, I keep putting in extra letters here, farmee. The carrot over there, and then the carrot scrubber, very much like the potato scrubber. Hello, large algae. Thank you very much for coming. Oh, two large algae. Sweet. We should drop down in there and see what that's all about. All right, and we'll run them through a carrot scrubber, and then we'll have storage for the carrots. And then what else do we need to do? Okay, I want to do a wool farm over on the other side in the southeast quadrant. We'll start working on that as well, probably sooner rather than later. I think I'll work on that before I start working on the carrot farm over here. We'll wrap up the wheat farm, and then I'll come back to the carrot farm. I think I want to do the wool farm next. Upgrading the flower farm, yeah, that thing's due. That was like one of the builds I made in the beginning. I don't think I'll upgrade it so much as I'll make a whole new one. And then, of course, continue to fill more of the iron nodes and the natural kelp farm, filling the iron nodes. We might skip this one and just fill those two, just depending on what's going on here. And then we might skip that one and just fill those two. And I might eliminate the gentleman in this one and that one if it means getting these two producing. Wow, all of that algae coming down. That's awesome. All right. Ooh, more algae production. So that might be what happens there. That might be what happens over there. I'm sure those are all the things that are going to happen. And the one thing I'm absolutely certain of is all of those things are going to happen on the next amazing episode of The Adventures of Updated Aquatic Man, because I am getting tired, and that's all the time I have for today. I'm going to wrap up putting in all the dirt over there and getting that prepped for the next bit. But that's it for me. And if you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing for more just like this coming real soon. And if you cannot wait that long, YouTube has hand-selected a video for you on the left, and I put together this entire build log on the bottom left. Until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye!